Okay, welcome to the Fireside Chat. This is November 22nd, 2024. We're closing in on the holidays. So we've got Tammy online and Kim Harrison, Veronica Moss, and myself. And so the plan of what we're going to do for today's Fireside Chat, we've had a year and a half of different speakers coming in and pouring wisdom and information into us. And so we decided for this one that we're going to come together and just create more like a mastermind, more workshop what we've learned. And something that has come up over and over, and especially on the last fireside, you guys were both there, clarity and message, right? Like where we're giving our introduction. Kim and I have talked about that too. Can we convey each other's messages? And for some people, we've heard their message enough and there's enough clarity that we're able to duplicate that message to others. Which for me, when I interpret that, that means if you can say and convey that message really clear to potential clients as a referral, and you're conveying that with such clarity and duplication, then they will know what to expect in that engagement. But what we found is if I don't know what you do or I can't say your message, then we got to maybe work on clarity. And that's including myself, right? So Bill was at the last one and he was analytical. I'm picking on Bill, but it was beautiful to watch this, right? Like he's explaining how, but it was coming back to what does the client want to hear? What matters to the ideal client? And Jason went over that really well. So if you guys haven't watched the fireside chat that Jason McKenzie did, it was in your ideal client. He did a workbook, and it was actually really beautiful, like going through this process. And so I did take notes from that. And so I feel like this is something where we can dial in clarity with our 30 to second intro. We can attract our ideal clients, but we can use the language that they're looking for. And that was what Jason was teaching us. You know, what are our goals? What are our core values? Who are our ideal clients and the language they speak? And then how do we set that in just a few concise words? And what he does is he takes that and he breaks it down, and that's his website building. Like he duplicates that process in a really beautiful way. So yeah, that's what I was thinking that, we talked about this too, like going over this, and that's what we're gonna do together.
That was 2 times ago, the time when Jason was here, correct? And
Two times.
Yeah, last time was somebody else, but that's when Bill was here. Just for
Yes.
clarification.
Yeah, last time was
Yeah.
Bill, and that was with the problem clarification, which was challenging, but it was also so useful, right? To like, what is our
Well,
problem?
that was very useful to watch because we get stuck in our own story. Like we know we either come from an industry that has a lingo or we have created it ourselves and we think we know what we're talking, we know what we're talking about. And we think that other people are able to articulate that, like that they know what that means. And a lot of times they don't. I spend a lot of time talking when I share with my friends, like, well, and I'll use Andy as an example, Andrea Blythe. And she'll share something with me and I'll say, I don't get it. I'll literally tell, I don't get it. Tell me that, explain that to me again. And she'll go, oh, it wasn't clear. No, it wasn't, but I know she knows what she's talking about. And so we treat people as an expert because we know they know what they're talking about. And I've had that happen with Tammy a couple times too. She knows what she's talking about clearly. I don't know what she's talking about. And I don't know enough I can't talk about it clearly if I don't know. I can't articulate. I could say, oh, you got to go see my friend Tammy, or you got to meet with my friend Andy, but I can't really say what you do clearly. And that I think is where and I was watching Bill have struggled so hard with that. And I loved watching that because that's the stuff that goes on in my mind. And everyone was trying to get him to find a way to say it to where we all understood it. And he was just in his own process. And then I think we all go through that to some degree. And he was very, very clear to see. It was fun to watch. but I felt his pain too, because he just
Mhm.
couldn't grasp it, couldn't understand why we didn't understand. And I think we all have that blind spot, or we have the potential to have that blind spot.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and I think that's what I was wanting to do, and there's just four of us. Tammy's getting to the office too. I think I want to move
She's
this.
there, she's got her face.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just getting everything set up.
She's setting up. I'm gonna come, if I come on the other side of, if I do this,
She knows what we look like, okay?
I know.
Back over there and then you move here and then.
Trying to get everybody in the shot. Ah, I need a wider
I'll
angle.
move there, you move here and then we're all in the shot.
Like so? Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I think this chair's visible.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Oh, see.
Can they hear us still?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I wanted to kind of play and do is feedback. To start out, it's more like a pop quiz to say each other's message. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, trying.
And it is kind of like a pop quiz, but like pick somebody, try to say their 30-second intro or 60-second intro.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick you, because that's the only one I can really do. I mean, I can probably just say a little bit about that. I know nothing about you. Isn't that terrible? But it's exciting that now I can learn about what you do and how you do it. So, you want me to give 30 seconds to
Yeah,
introduce you?
Yep. And so my goal with that is we're gonna start right off the top, trying to say each other's intro. We're gonna go through what we learned before and then dial our own message in and now see if we can repeat that. Does that make sense? So then after we work on this, then I will have clarity with your message and I'll be able to repeat that for you to other people out in the community. That's my goal.
Okay.
For fun.
Okay. So are we like, do I say all three or do I pick one person?
Yeah.
And then she picks one person and Tammy picks a person?
Yeah.
And you pick a person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We can't all pick you?
No, you can't. You can't.
Okay. So do you want me to start and try it? I think I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm saying this as to refer you, or I'm introducing you.
Yeah, like how I would give my intro and how you would know that and be able to articulate that to possible future customers.
Okay. Well, Nikki is a great friend of mine. I met her a couple of years ago. She started this incredible group called the GOL Network. It's a gathering of light workers. Light workers are people that raise the frequency of joy and gratitude in their communities. Nikki has a background in the health field, and so she left that because she saw that there was a real need for something like this to gather people who are in the healing arts of any sort to come together to raise that frequency of joy and gratitude, and also to collaborate and communicate together and build a community. And she's amazing at doing that. She hosts a lot of events throughout to attract people. She hosts events that are for people that are so we can just bring somebody fun and new into our group, like somebody who's just a seeker who is interested in learning more about that, or someone who's actually a professional in that field and they want to gain knowledge from other people in that area. And she does that very, very well. She leads the groups amazingly well. She makes them fun. She has a lot of exciting opportunities to win raffles and share information from each other, not only just about our knowledge, but also about our services that we offer to each other. So we get to learn that way about what each person does in the group. And she's open to looking for new members all the time. She's growing the group, and that's a benefit to everyone, because by growing the group, we always have new people to play with and new people to learn from and new people to experience who are in this area of both traditional healthcare and also more on the non-traditional spiritual side of healthcare. So she brings us all together to connect and raise that frequency.
Wow. Look at that. Okay, so I'm taking notes. And the reason why I'm taking notes is because you're my ideal client. Because you're expressing all the things. So take notes on what people say about you, because this is what it's going to express that ideal client that we're going to go into.
So I'm glad you're recording this because then we can take back, especially to hear, because I saw you had to write pretty quickly because there were some things you liked and you were grabbing them. I watched when you grab things because, it is nice to, you ever hear that somebody will say that again? I'm like, oh, I could never say that again. I don't know. It just came out. Yeah. So now we have a recording. So
Yes.
do you feel like did I miss anything that you would
No, you actually hit quite a few points. I was reading very feverishly. I think it's just condensing that down.
right, because I usually wouldn't spend 30 seconds talking to someone about you. I mean, unless they were asking questions and stuff like that. But yeah,
Well done.
30 seconds is a long time.
Well, I didn't time you, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the clock. Yeah,
How much
I think
did I
it was
go
like a
over?
minute and a half.
Oh, well,
Here, we'll set a
geez.
timer, 60-second maximum.
Well, there's only 4 of us.
I know.
So I think
It's just you were just on such a roll.
I know, I was like,
there was so much that,
Yeah.
there's so much, and I wanted you to see how I already do talk to people about what you do, but I'm intimately involved in what you do, so that makes it easier.
easier.
Where I'm looking at, and Tammy is evolving, and but I know I could do some, I could introduce Tammy, and I do all the time, but I have not, I wouldn't even know how to, and that's why I'm excited to hear
I think
what we're
it's
doing
because
here.
I just started.
I know, but it's still, I'm excited because I think that's the value for the group if we all can do that for each other.
Mhm.
Even not 30 seconds, even if it's in 10 seconds, just see what she does, it's like, and what you want us to say.
Yeah. Okay, Tammy, do you want to go next or me?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Veronica.
Okay.
I'm gonna do your,
I'm gonna write it down.
I am too.
What am I doing?
So I can introduce you.
So, what I love about Veronica Moss, with my spiritual life coach is she helps you feel seen and heard. So I haven't actually experienced one of your hypnosis, but experiencing working with you. And I love to be able to work with you and hearing how you're able to validate people in such a very calm and loving manner. It's almost, I get the feeling of feeling loved like you're my mother. And you just hear those validating words, but you're also giving very constructive feedback. So even though I haven't experienced your hypnosis, I know that that is something that you're going to be doing in your hypnosis. And so with my spiritual life coach is where Monica Moss does hypnosis and life coaching and empath coaching. And she also helps highlight different spiritual entrepreneurs on her podcasts and lives.
Yes, thank you.
That would be mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Wow.
It's better than how I do it before I introduce myself. I'm like, I don't know, because I do the same thing where it's like, oh, so it's very easy to protect your energy, just charm it. And they're like, how do you do that? I'm like, doesn't everybody know how to charm and protect their energy? So I get stuck in that, like, I thought everybody knew. So you explaining it to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's an easy
And wanting to know more, right?
And
Right, because I know you're just kind of getting that clarity and building your business, but I want to know more. Like I want to know more about the juicy details of what you do. Hey, come in.
Who would be your ideal client?
my ideal client is the empath and abuse survivor.
Say that again. What'd you say your ideal client was?
The empath and emotional abuse survivor or any type of survival, somatic survival
Mm-hmm.
trauma. Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to help you. We got Taylor. Taylor's here. Hello.
Hi, Taylor.
So what we're doing today, I'll just kind of go real recap. We've had a year and a half of fireside chats where we've had guest speakers and we've learned different components of our business. But what we found is sometimes coming down to the simplicity of if we don't clarify our messaging and we can't convey that in a clear, simple way that attracts our ideal clients from their language, how are your referral partners supposed to express that? Okay. So that's what we're working on today. So what we're doing on a popcorn, which I don't know if you've worked with Tammy, haven't you?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah. Hi, Tammy.
Yeah.
Hi.
So you might be able to do Tammy's. It's like a pop quiz. So we're
Okay.
doing each other. So Kim did like what I would say as a 60-second or what you would say as a referral. Like their pitch, their 30 to 60-second pitch. I just did Veronica's. I'm gonna have Tammy pick somebody in the room and have her do somebody else's pitch per se. And then we're gonna work through some of the stuff that we've done in the past, going over ideal clients, messaging clarity, and then we're gonna do this again and see if we can understand each other's clarity of messaging. So
Okay.
that's what we're playing today. We're workshopping what we've had amazing speakers teach us, and we're just gonna dive deeper into that. But here, do you mind? Yeah. Okay, Tammy.
I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you.
Have you guys met?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You look familiar though. I'm Taylor.
I'm sure I've seen you.
Yeah.
I just don't think we've ever spoken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Nice to meet you.
Taylor.
We're gonna really learn about
What'd you
each
say
other.
your name is?
Veronica.
Veronica. Okay.
Okay, Tammy, you're up. Pop.
So just pick someone and explain.
Yeah, I think do you want to do Kim?
Yeah, I can go Kim or even Taylor.
Okay.
I think I know what Taylor does. I believe I know.
Sure.
And it doesn't matter. Like, does anyone know else what Kim does? Because I can explain Kim, or can someone, or does Veronica know Taylor?
Can you try Kim?
Okay, you're gonna put Kim. Okay, then I'll do Taylor. And I believe Taylor, you are a registered nurse that has a mobile gosh, I lost that word. It's
Like mobile health and IV.
yeah, but would you call yeah, I kind of wanted to call, like I didn't know what you would call it. Mobile clinic, mobile
Mobile wellness services.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's able to provide vitamins through IVs and B12 shots, anything that has to do with like wellness. But she's able to come to you and provide that service for you.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's what I know so far.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
Okay. Then what do I do? Do I have to do something?
Do you know Tammy?
Yes.
Do you want to
I
try
do.
Tammy? Like if you were Tammy or just being a referral for Tammy, how would you do her 30-second intro or 60-second?
So Tammy works on figuring out your human design. So she'll take specific elements about your birth and the time and when where you were born, and then it determines a lot of your path and how you should proceed and how you look at life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So I want to introduce my friend Kim Harrison. She actually is a dream interpreter, and you would be perfect for her because if you have these dreams that are recurring and you just don't know what to do with it, what is the message behind it? you think it might be scary, it's okay. Kim will help guide you through it, and it's most of the time it's not as scary as you think, but she will guide you through it without any judgment, without any type of you're weird. No, she completely will understand you, and that is her specialty. And yeah, she's really great. Give her a call. I
Awesome.
experienced it once. It was wonderful. I felt very good once I came back up out of it. But you were guiding us in, I think it was meditation.
That was a liminal, were we doing did you do the dream,
I think,
liminal dreaming
yeah,
workshop?
I think, I
And
think
she had the
so.
learning experience where we did that, yeah.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
Mhm.
And I came out of it like, cool.
I like it. You know, and I love about this, so I'm like highlighting like these emotions, like, so we are each other's ideal clients. So I think what I love, you know, reading that last one, no judgment, understand, guiding, like those, for me, that was like words that popped. And then when Tammy, when you described Tammy, and it was interpretation, but you kind of got down to like the granular of how she does it, because not everybody knows human design. So you just did the simple, what she takes your birth time and place, and be able to take that information so that you can interpret your life path and who you are, interprets your path. So that, I think what I liked is someone, are you new to human design? Okay, so I think that's important too, is
Mhm.
like somebody that's new to human design, and for for some of us, we've taken it a while, so we could go down into the weeds and do it. But for somebody new, that might be the perfect thing to say, right? Or you know, or at least having that explanation of what it is. I like what Tammy said about you. That really emphasized, she comes to you and provides the service. Like I
Yeah,
felt
I
Tammy.
actually wrote that down to you.
Mhm.
That's your niche, right?
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
come to the client.
being mobile.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You don't have to go sit and make an appointment, get in your car, yeah. So you go to them.
I think how she said it, it's all because when we go over our ideal clients and were there from their lens, Tammy said it in a way that it was different than the word mobile, you know, and so even saying that, it was like, ooh, you know, like what a service. There's so many more description behind those three words.
Sure.
So
Because I think we get locked into how we describe ourselves. Yeah, so this is interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I always use the word mobile. You know, that's just the word that I use, but that might not be a buzzword for someone else.
All right, or it could be a tag, there could be, I'm mobile, I come to you. Like just adding the simple, I come to you leaves the impression, oh, she'll come to me. That just makes it a little bit more, you know.
Personalized.
Yeah.
That actually, when Tammy said that, I was like, ooh, like that actually was like, because we're busy, right? And we're all over the place and there's not enough time in the day and kids. So like for me emotionally, that drew me in.
When I think of mobile too, I think of mobile as you're going around. That's what's important to you. It is the thing that sets you apart. You're mobile. You travel a lot. But to me, I don't care how mobile you are.
Right.
I care that you come to me.
Yeah.
And so just those two words added to it, bring you to me and make it a little bit more, oh, I could use that. And I can also use that if somebody's like, oh, I'm really dragging, I really can't get on top of this. Oh, hey, I know somebody who will actually come to you. And you can get those vitamins that you need to pep up or feel better after being sick or whatever, you know. So,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All right. Good job on the pop quiz.
that was good. That was really good.
Okay, so what I took notes, I went through some of our other fireside chats. And so what I want to do is we're going to dive a little bit deeper into some of that and bring it all together so we can get clarity with our messaging, and also bringing in that thought process of what our clients saying, what language is being used. So what Tammy said, she used a different language, but resonated with me and with Kim and probably with Veronica. And so we can leverage that. So the first thing I do want to do is what are our goals, because I think it's important that we write our goals down. So we can just take a minute. What are our goals in the next month, in the next 3 months, and the next year? And we'll just take a minute to write that down.
For our business, right?
For your business, yes. Have everybody share if you guys want to share. Speak belief, right? And speak it out loud. Oh, somebody want to start?
You want me to start?
Yeah.
All right, these are scary for me stuff. Okay, my goal is for next month. Finally setting up the ads and launching my hypnotherapy packages and the e-course that I have. For Black Friday, like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I'm really trying to get that going and launch those sales. And then for 3 months, I want to be writing my signature program that I'm going to come up with that's going to be for emotional trauma recovery. And that's going to be between 8 or 12 week container. I'm not really sure if I want to extend it to 12 weeks or just keep it down to 8. And oh, I also want to relaunch my podcast. Within the next 3 months, and finally get the group going and the podcast going again. And then, oh, it's down here. I've also just decided that I want to start offering psychic and tarot readings as well, which is something that I kept saying, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to do it in case somebody needs it. I thought, well, how are they going to know what they needed if I don't actually say that this is what I'm doing? So right now I'm like, all right, fine. Right. And then
That's under 3 months? You're gonna do that
in
next
the
3 months?
next 3 months, yeah. And then in the whole year, I'm hoping to close 250,000 in sales from books, e-course group, hypno, meditations, and readings. So I got a lot going on. It's finally time to start like pushing it out.
Nice.
And this helps too, right? Like I know where you're going.
Yes.
So as the goals, like I know where you're at and I know where you're going. So when I can express that to other people too.
I'm sure.
Like where you're, and that helps with accountability.
True. Yeah, because once you say it out, I am that type. Like once you say it out loud, I have to do it. I can't sound like a liar.
Integrity. Yeah. Taylor, do you want to share?
Sure. So my goal for the next month is to get 5 new clients a week. And then in the next 3 months, I want to be having 5 refills per day and 3 new nurses hired. And then in the next year, I want to have a total of 5 new nurses hired in the valley and maintain my month and 3 month goals. We just hired 1 new nurse.
And is that for the Boise mobile IV?
It's for salt.
Or for salt.
Mhm.
Okay, because you've got
I've got
Your
I've got
dual-
kind of a confusing situation going on, but yeah, this is for salt. Yeah, hydration and wellness. That's the name of my company. So if anybody knows any nurses that are sick of working at the hospital,
I got time
To do.
actually.
mobile IV nursing.
They come to you.
They come to you. IV nurses where you come to the patient.
Tammy's got her thumb up.
It's funny. I was like, I'm doing like this, and then all of a sudden, like, there's a thumbs up on my screen. It's like,
Oh, I know, it does
It's a
that.
new update
It
too.
doesn't do it over here though. It's supposed
Yeah,
to.
If you do
it
this
should, if you
too,
go like this for,
it'll do something.
oh, it hasn't done
It won't, I don't know why it's not doing it here on the screen, but I've seen that
Oh,
in
it.
meetings too.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
look,
You
there
raised your
Oh,
hand.
Raise your hand. You know, it's
I
fun.
think if you do this, it'll also, if you do like a heart, it'll have all the hearts come up as well. Like maybe.
oh,
Oh.
It's thinking.
Point your finger down. Yeah.
Yeah, if you do it like this, it'll pop up too.
Hold it. It's
Now I want to
thinking.
see it. Where is this? Where can you tell it's thinking?
Where it was.
on my side, it's like doing like this, like it's like, so let's just say that I accidentally did that on my end. I have to hold it for so long and then it will show on your end.
Oh, how funny.
So I was doing like this thumbs up and I was like, why is there a thumbs up on my screen?
Because we don't see it yet. It
Yeah.
didn't come
So I
up
have to
for you.
hold it.
Hold.
There it is.
There.
Oh.
I like
But it won't do a heart, huh?
It's supposed
No.
Mm.
You can only like on her side. You can't love. Look at us doing this. You can only like. That's cute.
I love that, and I love it's concise, right? You've got exactly what you want.
I like goals that I can measure,
Mm-hmm.
that are easily measured.
Yeah, in a time frame. Yep.
Mhm.
And then having the accountability where you're at with that, and then getting help, right? Do you know a
Mhm.
nurse? So we can
Right.
help with that.
If anybody knows nurses.
Tammy.
I want to get my 2025 schedule of workshops done. My back end a little bit more organized. And then I want my website. There's some updating that I need to do on my website. Like I finally am ready to collect emails and all those things. I'm trying to figure out if I want to start a membership, if I want to start writing my book, and then getting my other 12-week class schedules scheduled out, my 4-week class of what is human design scheduled out.
I'm getting the thumbs up.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then knowing what education I'm going to invest in this over this year.
So that's all your month.
Yeah.
All that
Yep.
stuff.
Well, and then like the next like 3 months that I need to figure out.
I like it. Nice. I give a double thumbs up for the 12-week that you're doing right now. I've only done
Yeah.
2, what's the 3?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep. And so I'm getting everything prepped on the back end. So when I'm ready to invest in like a circles group or an online community, I can just get all that transferred over. But trying to figure out if that's 12 weeks, if that's going to be an 8-week or 9-week course. We'll see at the end of it.
See how it goes. I like it. I like it. Okay.
Nice.
So my 1 month goal is I want to finish setting up more automation. So if we can automate as much as possible, but keep heart in it. So that's been a constant evolution. So I just continue to add more and more automation to the processes. We've been working for 6 months or more on the education portal on the back end, and trying to get that dialed in, which is kind of like a blog / sneak peek to the learning experience / articles / anything of education. So that's been an ongoing project. And we've got a brand new one that David Diarman and I are working on that's going to help streamline a lot of people's businesses. And so we're working on that secret sauce for now. That's not out of the bag completely, but 3 month, I want to increase membership, but also look at increasing that out of state. So having little tweaks to our current memberships so that looks more clear and concise. We have people outside of the state and also global. So by 1 year, I want to be having memberships that are global and that we can connect. I just met somebody in England, I know somebody in Canada, there's people that are willing and ready to be ambassadors in Arizona and Utah. And so that's my goal, is to expand, but I have to have all the processes done first. So it's very clear, concise, and a good user journey for everybody. Because what Kim's been through is different than what we've been through, and Tammy's been through. Like, they didn't even have processes. They're like, hey, you're in. Let's go. Here's a text message. Please come, please come. So
I overheard it. I overheard it at a park. Well, one of those get-togethers that we had with
at the school.
Cornerstone. Yes. And I overheard it. I was just walking by and I'm like, and they said something about hypnosis and spirituality. I'm like, wait, I need to move tables. I need to move tables now. Yeah, and that's how I found you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's just I want to create, I'm going to just say it out loud. So I'm going to create video content. So as new members come on, not only are they getting the written content of your journey, the next steps, so it's really clear of all your different opportunities and how to immerse into the community and connect, but I'm going to create video content so that they get not just the written, but an auditory visual, because we're all different learners. And so I think that'll be really helpful when people come in, that there's video creation where they're like, oh, okay, versus written. So, yep, that's the other part.
Well, the next month, I've got a lot going on. So this next month is just continued awareness. Doing posting on social media with promoting the course I have out, my dream circles and mini dream sessions. Again, thinking about, and dream sessions themselves, listing something for holidays, this great gift for people that have everything, help them, if you need them as a gift. Because I actually had somebody do that. They bought a dream session as a gift for a friend. And then, so they made great Christmas presents and stuff like that too. So just doing the promotion for the next month. And the next 3 months, I want to increase the dream circle attendances. I mean, I've been getting great dream circles, and each one has been amazing, but they're really small right now. And I'd like to, my goal is to increase the attendance of those to make them a little larger. And I like to host a live dream circles starting in the next 3 months. And also I want to have a minimum of 3 dream clients per week. That will fit my schedule. And that's I market with packages of, you can purchase 3 classes or 6 classes or 6 sessions. And they're working really well. When people do that, they're re-upping, like whether they get a better discount, they do 6. And then we schedule them about a week or 2 weeks apart, depending on what they want to do. And I'm finding that that's really working for people. And I'd like to increase that type of clientele that wants to keep working on their dreams and kind of have that available. Because when they're working with me in that way, they also get to have access to me via WhatsApp. So if they have a dream that they want to work on, that they want to workshop with me, then I'm quick access to them. So having a package makes a better process for them. So I want to increase those in that year. And then by the end of the year, I want to have my conscious dream generation courses completed and evergreen. So I created some conscious dream generation courses a year ago that were 90-day workshops. Was a workshop, but now I'm putting them in course form. So I want those available, and then they'll just be available. I'm looking into Dream Circle membership. We'll see if that what that looks like by the end of the year. I'm looking at adding more of the conscious dream generation coaching clients, and replacing some of my income with Dreamers income. That's a goal. I've got a couple different income sources that are coming in, and I'd like to start replacing one or the other with this business, because I've been doing this for several years and I've been really playing, and I love the play process. It's time to decide what it's gonna be, a business, or if I'm just gonna keep playing. And either has been okay, but that is my goal for this year, is to actually have it generate income to where I have to pay taxes. Yeah. I know, right? I want to pay a lot of taxes.
I like it. Okay. So we're gonna hold each other to it. So really quick, and we don't necessarily have to share this, but let's just take a couple minutes to write down your core values. What are your core values in your business? And then as you're writing this, I want you to take from those core values, 'cause I know some of you guys are writing description, but take 3 to 4 words, just one word, those 3 core differentials. Like I'm gonna collaboration, community, integrity. What are 3 to 4 words that describe your business? And bullet those.
It's gonna be really boring to watch unless people are doing the workshop with us. So if you're watching this, you should be writing these down for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna put all of this together. A lot of this is what Jason has touched on, but there's a lot of what we talked about in other firesides. Okay. The next part, actually, let's just have one person share your core values and then your differential words. Let's just do one share.
I put mine as caring, convenience, and expertise.
And then what was your core values? Did you have more written down?
Yeah, caring. I deeply care about my clients and only want what's best for them. Convenience. What I do will be convenient for my clients and on their schedule. And expertise. I will be an expert and authority in every service that I offer.
Well done. Okay, so the next part, this is the third part of what we're gonna do is talking about ideal clients. Alarms to pick up kids, that I'm not getting to. So ideal, we talked about the ideal client. What is the language? Who is our ideal client? So I want to take a few minutes. We did this before with Jason, but this is where when you see your ideal client, the person you want to work with, what do they look like? What kind of job do they have? What are their needs? What are they looking for? What are they trying to solve in their life? So describe, like, if you close your eyes and you're visualizing that perfect client of who you're looking for to work with, what do they look like? What do they want to achieve? You may have different kind of clients. So you may have different ideal clients, and you can kind of describe between the difference. Another thing that you can describe is where do they live? What area are they in? What are they typically looking for? What are their likes and like?
I have a question. Who do you guys think my ideal client is?
I would say somebody who is looking to someone who's frustrated and overwhelmed and doesn't know why they can't get things done. Like, why can't I launch? What is stopping me? What is blocking me? Right? Because then you come in with their human design and you tell them, well, you need this, and this. This is why it's so hard for you to launch, because you think you need to do everything all by yourself, and you need to give yourself permission to, this is what my human design told me. You need to give yourself permission to get it started and then pass it on and get other things started. I'm a Mammy Jen, in case you didn't know.
I
Right.
I think clarity in life path, clarity in situations in my current life, looking back at relationships, reflecting for me too. So working with like if I'm specific on human design, I look at that. Your ideal clients, I think, are people that are have some deep inner core work that they need clarity on. But I also know that you do medical, intuitive, and energetic alignment. So I think of different ideal clients for you.
Yeah, so I actually struggle with trying to figure out who my ideal client is because like most of my coaching clients, well, actually all of my coaching clients are men. And they're very well educated men who are tired of suffering internally. So it seems like when I narrow down on it, it's really about like those that are possibly suffering in their relationship with themselves. That then creates that illusion and ripple effect of their external relationships not going the way that they desire. I don't know. It's
I,
interesting.
I think your ideal client, I think your ideal client is healers. I think you're here to heal the healers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you can go, I feel like you can go so deep with someone who already has already gone in, you know? And so you can take them deeper, you know, they can get past their own crap, that facade they put on just to function, you know, get through the ego. You know, human design is just your gateway. You know,
Mm.
it's the Harkin method that is what's
Mhm.
powerful. And that's where you can really help a lot of healers who need that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, so I haven't done this for like probably about a year, but I actually can take people's human design and I can tell you what your ideal client is and what they desire and what they're needing from you. And so I just pulled mine out real quick. I just happen to have, I always carry my binder with me. My human design binder full of information about me. And it is really interesting, like, because I'll look back at this and every time I look at it, it just kind of sparks something new. And so it does say that my ideal client is like a unit, a family business, like more than just like a single individual. It's like a collective of individuals, like-minded, like-hearted people, um, with the ability to listen, learn, and hear and serve. So these are the people that lead, and I'm here to help them understand their value and their right leadership position and where their voice is within the people that they are leading. I help them achieve a partnership to see the bigger picture and to know where to focus their energy. I help them achieve this by being the role model and showing them a better way to craft a relationship with themselves so that they can have a better way to hold their emotional frequency and energy and the vision for the creation that they're trying to create with more trust and faith.
Can I say then it would probably be also CEOs and entrepreneurs, high performers?
I wonder.
And
Yeah.
especially
Yes, it's men.
that sounds too like doing more, um, you could even do business workshops, like we're getting into
Corporate.
companies, small companies, working with their administrative staff or their support staff, or even, you know, the C-suite people, you know, the whole group, doing corporate consulting.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
I
a good one.
I referred Andy to David DeArmond, and he's having issues with hiring people that want to stick and work and communicate well.
HR.
Yeah, it's an HR thing. So I told Dave, I'm like, why don't you talk? You know, it was like I got an intuition hit. I was like, why don't you talk to Andy with the Magi? But the human design is going to go in such details with that, and you know, they both have their benefits of that. But for that person, that business owner hiring, it's kind of like the DISC assessment, but at such a deeper, more profound level of how you are going to work with that person and also value what they have versus seeing what they don't have. And then that,
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah. I actually currently do that for somebody. Um, we do pull the human designs on a new employee, and then I sit down with them and I sit down with uh her with her new hire and give them tools and techniques on like really this is how you communicate. This is going to be the grapples. So far, the individuals that I said, okay, this one's going to be a struggle. Yeah, they're not, you know, um,
corporate hiring process, you got to do your
correct.
human design first.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been interesting so far in this business that, yeah.
Yeah,
great idea. I can see that happening.
yeah, I like that. Does that answer did you get more ideas on your ideal
I
client?
was just wondering, because when people tell me to like narrow it down, it's really hard because my clientele is like, the age range is, I've seen someone as young as, oh gosh, I think she was like 15 months old to someone, that's 80, and it's never a certain profession. It's more of like where there's usually a disruption in their life and they're needing to get back into balance and flow. Yeah.
I mean, that's like the gateway, the human design and the generality of what you do with the Harkin method, that is that disruption in their life. You help people, heal to the core the disruption of their life by self-discovery, self-worth. But then you go to the next level, and what you're looking for to work with maybe is the entrepreneurs, the CEOs, the healers. You could dial that in so that way people are like, aha. Because it's kind of like Ron did this. He go in one of them, who's your ideal client? He goes, everybody. Well, that doesn't help when you have people referring. You have to know, and it's, probably that person in the family that has, that has kids and works a job, and the more the W-2, maybe the business owners too. So it helps your referrals to narrow that too. Nice.
I heard Tammy doing it too. Is what I was thinking is who has been attracted to me, and that's a different question than who's my ideal client. Because, we've just kind of been, when you start a business, you kind of throw it up there and see if it sticks. You're like, everybody,
Yes.
here I am, I want more business, come on in,
Now I'm like, I don't want everybody.
Yeah, but who is attracted to me is a different question than who is my ideal client. Because if I want to attract more people that will commit to the process, who will basically like have me on retainer because they know they're a dreamer and they know they're going to have another dream and they know they're going to want some feedback and they know they're going to want to work on their dream symbols and they know they want this process because it goes way beyond dreams. When a person has a session with me, it's because a dream is anything that isn't happening in the moment. So it's everything. So I'm doing full-on coaching with everyone and because it's all pertinent to what they're dreaming. It works out every single time if that's the case. So I want to attract people that are like I started putting down like she's smart, she's 35 to 45, she has a job, probably 9 to 5, 6-figure plus. She wants to understand, but then I got into who I really want. I don't really care about that, but that's kind of what's been coming. She wants to understand the awakening of her dream, of what her dreams have been trying to communicate to her, and she wants to dive deep. And she wants to find those answers. She's curious about what has been shut off from her consciousness and why she shut it off and how she can bring it forward because it's important to her.
Now take that same thing, and when I ask this question, who's your favorite, best client that you've worked with in your head, and now describe that person, their qualities of what they
have the bottom two, but they don't have the top two. I mean, they have that's what I want is people that want to dive deep, and I don't care what they look like, what color they are, what gender they are, what their demographics are. I really don't, because I can work anywhere. So what they physically look like, what, I want them to have enough resources that they're, that they can pay my fees, right? That would be nice. But I want the qualities of them to be something, that's what gets me excited. And I haven't had quite the age range that Tammy's had, but I've had as young as 10 and as old as 80. So, and I like all of them, but the quality of them, of what they want to do this for, why they're doing it is what gets me excited and want to work with them. Why they're doing it. Yeah. So sometimes I wonder what this question is, our ideal client is, what do they want?
And what they're
not so much who they are. I mean, like where they work and what color their hair is.
One also goes back to that person that's your ideal client and what language are they using.
And that's that's probably why we do this exercise, right?
Yeah. So like my ideal client, you guys are my ideal client, but you guys are looking for holistic healing. You're looking to be able to have deeper conversations, meaningful conversations about healing and the wisdom of, you know, different healing modalities of life. You guys, most of you guys are business owners and entrepreneurs, you're leaders in our community. So kind of what you guys are interested in. So I'm looking at that. So then you look at that language and then we'll kind of go through this, but why that matters. Because that's what the language you're going to use. Okay, you can also, we have 20 minutes. So what we're gonna do is in 3 to 8 words, what does your business do? Can you write down in 3 to 8 words what your business does? And then under that, in 12 to 20 words, just expand. So it's an expanded message of your title. So that's a title, 3 to 8 words. And then below that, have up to 20 words, it's your expanded message. And the third thing is how is your business set apart from others like yours in the similar in the industry? Mic drop. Okay, so this is a framework. So if you guys, we all have websites. So this is a framework. I write it down. I don't know if I could do the whiteboard on there. But this is what Jason taught us on a website, and this is the same thing when we're conveying messaging. Even in some social media, we can have components of this, and we have components of this in our pitch, in our 60-second how we're sharing and connecting from a heart center, right? We got to speak that language. But the way that Jason templates to convey that message on a homepage is a 3 to 8 word title. So if you guys can read through what you've done. And then under that is your expanded message. Below that is your 3-word differentials. Then you can describe those underneath. You can do your product and product descriptions. Most people have additional page. How you're going to build trust through testimonials, videos, written, however you do that. Credentials, call to action, and guarantees. So that's that templated homepage, but it's a powerful call to action to draw your ideal client in. You're going to be, if you're using the ideal client's messaging, their words, their language, what they want, what they're searching for. So if we pull that emotion and we put it in our homepage or where we're drawing people in, whether it's a funnel, then it's going to be more attractive. We're going to want them to take action and click and want to book appointments.
You see that?
Yeah, where did you go?
I know I have this because it was there, but I don't know where it is, and I know this is right here.
And I'm doing like a real fast, quick summary on this. But what I really wanted to do, because I want our messaging on our websites also to reflect this, really for us to dive deep into like, what are our ideal clients wanting? How do we connect at that heart-centered approach where it's an emotional connection of what we're doing. We're all healers in this room, and the people we're probably going to attract have some similar values, some similar core values. That's why they want to work with us. And so if we do this on our website, but really what I wanted to work on is the messaging today. So I'm just kind of curious if you guys, through today's process, looking at your own 30 to second, can you do, I'm looking at your expanded, go back. Do your expanded message, which is on those 3 to 8 words of really like what you have to offer. And then providing how you are set apart in the language of what an ideal client would use. And I think it goes back to what we say about each other too.
I can just say I was surprised at how quickly I was able to write the 20 expanded words and then the what sets me apart. And I would not have been able to do that had we not done the work ahead of time, had we not started the way we started with describing, learning from each other how we sound, explaining our business to each other, and not even, just that to you part for your business, listening how each of us described everybody's business, and then going through the other process, because it just came to me, it flowed out of me in a way that I couldn't keep up with my pen. And I'm reading it back and it's pretty good, and so it needs a little work, but I think I want to go home and this is not what my website says, so that's why I think, and I felt the same way when Jason did it the first time, but this way, this was better. This was better with a lot more ability to share independently with each other. So this was a great exercise that, for me, I think it's going to make a big difference. And
because I took notes on what you said. You said a lot of different that I'm going to use and adding, because that's that trust, right, through what others have said about the group. So I So my quick pitch to people is they're like, what is GOL? And it's a space where we connect providers and seekers of wellness together in 70 plus events a year. And that includes education, socials, and networking. And it makes a bigger impact on our community to be able to communicate and share that wisdom and education with each other. And we provide the providers with visibility and collaboration opportunities. We provide the seekers with the opportunity to have conversations they can't normally have in other circles. And I leave it there, and that's usually what I say. And I could now, for me personally, I can look at your emotional pieces and add that in to then, because I like to create curiosity. Well, what is that? Because you don't want to vomit on them how you do everything, but creating that curiosity too. But
You know, people have said, I mean, it's even one more sentence or one more paragraph. Some of our professionals have said or feel that it's does da da, you know. So you're just providing one more little paragraph about how it feels at the end, you know, how people feel by being a part of GOL.
So I'm curious, what do you want to, I think we should share.
Share my words.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
or
you were to
share my experience.
redo, like do your pitch.
Well, I put that, what I do is I clarify your dream world. And by guiding you through your dreams and uncovering the hidden messages, you will find ways to actually improve the quality of every moment of life and live the life of your dreams. And then how I'm different is, while others like therapists analyze your dreams, I guide you and see, I so fast. I guide you to mine for the gold in each image, emotion, and landscape, to reveal your incredible power to solve your own problems, answer your own questions, and truly connect to that subconscious higher self, higher self part of you that's been begging to be heard. It needs work, but it just came out. And I thought that was really interesting. I trust when stuff like that happens to me, even though I can't read it.
But going back, I love what she said, without judgment and truly guiding you and understanding you.
Yeah, guide has come up a lot. You know, I've called myself a dream interpreter because that just people, yeah, I don't have a lot of explanation. I immediately filter because people either say, oh, or they'll go, oh, you know, those, you know, I quickly pick, my tribe finds me by that word. But really, I'm a dream guide, and I like the guide idea because I guide you through the dream. I guide you through what you say and show you more than you would know on your own because of my, I'm not emotional about it. It's not my dream. And so, yeah, it's not there, it's getting clearer. But I do want to go rework my website because this language is not in it.
Just make you think of something, make you feel part of something bigger.
Yeah.
I'm just reflecting.
But it really is that I want to show you how I can see around the corners, I can see what you miss. So we can look at that in a safe space where we're without judgment. And then you can see the value you want to take from it, because now you see things you didn't see before. And how does that support where you are right now? Or what is the challenges of that right now? Because your mind dreamt it. So there's something about it that's of value to you. And I'm there as that guide, that non-judgmental, non-emotional guide.
Tammy.
Hi.
Hi.
Mine is I help you remember, revive, and restore your true essence by helping you listen and unlock the wisdom of your body.
Say that one more time.
Good at by the tools, human design, and the Harkin method.
Say it again, would you?
I help you remember, revive, and restore your true essence by helping you listen and unlock the wisdom of your body.
Can it be repeated?
No.
Mm-mm.
That might be the difference between the website and what we tell people.
Because if you're reading it, I'm like, ooh, because those are words that I might want to, I would like to remember, revive, and restore, or whatever.
No, you got it. Those are those three.
I might like, one of those might be a good thing for me, but for me to say that, I can't say that about you. I'm not gonna say, oh, she helps you remember, revive, and restore who you are, so you can connect back to who you're supposed to be. So we do need to, that's two different messages.
Yeah,
I mean, the one before that was just, I just help you live in your authenticity.
remember your true essence.
Yeah.
Your also your
That's
gifts
totally
and
different than what
powers.
you said. That's different.
It is different, but I feel like you help unlock people's and activate people's innate gifts, and you empower them with their gifts. I mean, that's what I would say. I don't know how that
You
feels
said
on you.
unlock your true authenticity. Is that what you said, Tammy?
Help you live in your your true authenticity. Like I help align you. I help align you to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's what I really
That's it
do.
right
Because
there.
people would what?
That's it right there. Why are we complicating it more? You help people. I help you understand you. I help you.
Line.
I help you align with you.
Mm-hmm.
She's
So-
really good at helping people align with who they really are to live their authentic life. I can say that.
And also just like, I think there's also like a power and a strength to that. So when you're in alignment in your authentic self, then abundance flows as well. And like, however, that's worded. But
Yeah. You know what we're doing in the dream circle? We're
Magic.
transforming. Yes, well, yes, but we're actually transforming the core wound. That is the center of who you are, which unlocks your prosperity.
Yeah, and who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah.
I think prosperity, I mean, and then that's your gift at what you do with your tools is you activate and help people align with their authentic self so they can unlock those natural gifts. Like you help people see that, own it, and also take action on it. Like that is your gift. And then with that, it creates prosperity in their life, relationship, business, health.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a ripple effect. It goes out from you.
Yeah.
I make you brighter. So you
That's your
can
line. I make you brighter.
But I do have a client, so I need to hop off. But thank you for your guys' time today. It
Yeah.
was lovely seeing all of you.
Good to see you,
Bye.
Tammy.
Happy Friday.
Bye.
See ya.
But thank you. Thank you for your feedback because I need that. I need it. I need it. Thank you, Kim.
Bye,
Bye.
Tammy.
If you have any more, feel free, text me. If you have any more insights. Okay. Bye, guys.
Okay,
Bye.
Did you guys want to share?
I wrote a lot, but I didn't write it, I didn't write it as a pitch, so it sounds I'm not polished.
Well, mine wasn't polished either.
It sounded very polished.
I couldn't read the words. How can it sound polished? Let me hear yours. You only crossed out one thing.
Yeah, I don't think I did it right because what does your business do? And I just wrote down, overcome emotional abuse without reliving or talking about the trauma by combining psychology, hypnotherapy, and spirituality using NLP, frequency and energy modalities. It's different from traditional talk therapy because it's faster, there's no medication. And then I thought, oh, here's a tagline: meditation, not medication. Hypnotherapy, not talk therapy. And then not 10 years, heal in 60 minutes.
I like that. I like those.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, these are great taglines. And then guide you, and then everything else that everybody was saying, like, oh, I do that too. I guide you to heal yourself, mentor you in your transformation, guide you to remember the root of your pain and recover into freedom. Activate your gifts, align you with your higher or authentic self. I'm like, authentic self sounds better.
I kind of like the other stuff where you're talking about more of the counseling and not 10 years, but much faster process.
Yeah.
Because that's what people want, and
Yeah.
not the medication, but getting to that root cause of what's going on in the natural. Like that whole tagline part, that's what drew me in. It's like that perked me up.
I like those.
Well, I like what you did there because you were writing and at first you can tell you were really in your head. And then all of a sudden what started happening is you started catching these little phrases and you started writing down these little things that were, so you really dropped in. You dropped into, because then when you're telling it, well, you're actually listing the tools that you use, because that's normally what we think people want to hear.
Right. Yeah.
But really, it's what the end process is. Why would I want to work with you? Because there's a lot of life coaches out there, right? In fact, that's the name of my business, Life Coach for Dreamers. So there's a lot of life coaches out there, but yours is my spiritual life coach, right? So what is that? What's the difference, right? Those things right there. You said those little taglines.
That's actually where you can start when you're
Yeah.
networking. So when I would network and I was doing, I was really doing the financial services, but gathering the light workers and GOL was starting. And so I had puppies, a litter of puppies. And so people go, what do you do? And I go, what don't I do? It drew people in because if you know me, I do a lot of things, and even in GOL, I do a lot of things. But that tagline, well, what don't I do? It drew, people were like, what? And then I would authentically share what I did, and they leaned in because I had different opportunities for them. But I think going from that tagline, and then people go, what? And then you explain what you do.
There's
a
book called Got Your Attention, written by a lady named Sam Horn. And it's all about that, raising the eyebrows within the first 3 seconds of meeting someone. Because we have the attention, our attention span is shorter than a goldfish's. So if you see this book, it's called Got Your Attention, and it's got a goldfish in a bowl on the cover. But Sam Horn wrote this book, and it's about how to get the eyebrows to raise. So read me one of those things again one of your taglines.
Okay. Which one was it?
Pick the one you like the best.
Well, yeah, hypnotherapy, not talk therapy, meditation.
That was just right there to say, I do hypnotherapy, not talk therapy. Okay. And I'm gonna go, oh, it's an eyebrow raiser, you see? Yes. So I go, oh, tell me more. I don't know a lot about hypnotherapy. Tell me about that, And so then it gets your foot in the door. Yeah. That's a good. But if you're interested in that book, I think, I don't know if it's on Audible or not, but it's got a lot of really good tips in it about how to craft your story and how to raise eyebrows in the first 3 seconds.
Who did you say was that?
Sam Horn, Horne. She coaches writers' workshops. She's pretty amazing. She came to speak to a group I was part of.
Yeah. So my short version is help people achieve their best health possible at home. And then the expanded was help people achieve a healthy, vibrant, energetic lifestyle from the comfort of their home.
We come to you.
We come to you. I come to you. Yeah.
Okay. And then what sets you apart?
True in-home health.
Yes. So I read a marketing book, and one of the assignments in it was go to your top 5 clients and ask them what makes you different from other businesses. And I almost didn't do it because I was like, well, I think people like that it's mobile. That's what makes me different. They like that they can have their infusion at home in their bed if they want. They like that our IVs are customizable. Nobody said any of that. They said, Taylor, what is different about your business is you.
You are the brand.
I am the brand. It cheers me up like every time. So I'm glad I asked. So
how do you clone yourself now?
Exactly.
See, that's the thing.
It is really hard.
When
and it makes it hard to hire nurses.
Right, because when you get so customized, Can you scoot
Oh, I
that
just
box
like
up too?
Um,
Because when you customize that much, you know, and it is about you,
Yeah.
then it's, what is it about, you know, how do
What
how
is
do
it
you
that I
then
do?
use that?
you truly care about your healing process.
Mhm.
And
So
put-
what-
it's client centered.
Yeah.
You're very client centered in hearing your story about at the hospital.
Yeah.
You ignored what all the other nurses and doctors were telling you because you knew what was best for the client because you're client centered.
Is there somebody who could ask those questions of those clients? Because like, what sets her apart? What is different about her? So that then you could, because that's who you, it's not, you're not looking for an ideal client, you're looking for an ideal clone of yourself so that you can have more clients.
Yeah.
Because you probably have as many as you, having that kind of a
I know, it
reaction.
kind of limits how much I can do because I'm only one person.
Right.
You know? But I treat my clients like friends and family. I make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I listen to their health challenges and barriers and offer meaningful solutions. I give genuine hugs. Someone told me that once.
I give warm hugs.
I care for my clients deeply and put their needs above my own.
That's what sets you totally apart.
Yeah, that it is. Yeah. Because I mean, and I tell people I don't have any competition because I offer a very unique service. And that's what I try to tell the other nurses. They're like, oh, well, this business is doing this and this business is doing that. And we should probably start doing this. I'm like, why are you looking at me? You offer a super unique service. You offer yourself. There's only one of you.
You know what, I need your business card because I'm thinking of somebody, I'm thinking of a nurse who I think wants to leave her job.
Good. That's the kind of nurse that we want.
She needs more freedom. She's
Yeah.
working way too hard.
We need nurses who hate the hospital.
Yeah.
They think outside the box too. That's another thing. And people are looking for that.
Yes. And they're looking for people to genuinely connect with. It's so funny because I tried to do this, like one of the things that I can do to really like boost my revenue and minimize my time is do group IVs. So like, how do I do group IVs? How do I do group IVs? I was like, okay, I'm gonna do group IVs every Saturday at this central location and everyone will get a discount. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And I really pushed it. And like when I put my heart in something, it's gonna happen. Like, okay, put all my all into it. Couldn't get it to happen. Couldn't get strangers to group together to get IVs from me. And I was like, what the hell? Why is this not working? And it's because people want their one-on-one time. They're not there for the IV. The more I learned about this business, they could really care less about the IV. They want a nurse to come to their home and spend time with them and care about them. Isn't that interesting?
The experience.
Yeah.
The full experience that they're doing.
It's reminding me of the traditional doctor, the traditional
Yeah.
farm
They
doctor
did
that would
house
go.
calls.
Yes,
Mhm.
that did all the house calls, and who doesn't want that?
Mhm.
You know, especially when you're not
Just
feeling
saw
well.
Cheers
Right.
again, where everybody knows you. I was just
Yeah.
telling Phil that, you know, when you come into a space and yeah, it's just coming back home.
Yeah.
You know.
It's interesting. Because when I worked in the emergency room, people would talk about like, oh, they're drug seekers, they want this, they want that. But you know what the largest majority of people were coming to the ER? They were attention seekers.
Yeah.
They wanted someone's undivided attention and they wanted them to be cared about. And you know, a lot of people don't have that.
Do you find out that that's like Gen X?
That's like all across every
Yeah.
generation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what people were coming in. They were coming like attention seekers. They just wanted someone to love them.
And they had to make themselves
Everybody.
sick to do it.
Yeah.
Well, and everybody, and this is something we talk about in GUL, everybody wants to be seen.
Mhm.
So that's the community part. And it's the providers. They want to have that unique service to be seen and heard and truly valued.
Yeah.
You're truly valued in our group. Authentically.
Everybody wants that.
Everybody wants
And
that.
I have that. I have unconditional love and acceptance and community in my life. So I think everybody else has it, but I don't think
No.
everybody has that. Mhm.
So you can, so from a group standpoint, maybe it's the language that you used in promoting it. if that's what your clients are wanting is community connection,
Sure, if that's what they're looking for.
how do you do a group IV and create community connection at the same time?
Right.
It would be it would take time.
Mm-hmm.
So just know, so GeoWell did not start with people just like, yeah, it just naturally people jumped on. But I can tell you it is a unique thing where you have community and you have a networking group and you're putting them in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing else out there like that.
I don't know why she couldn't do one.
But you could do that, but it
Yes.
takes time for people to like accept that.
Mm-hmm.
That that's a not normal, but you know what I mean? Like people go to things because it's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. But I don't think group IV is a thing, right?
Mhm.
We in our mind think it's an individual thing. So
Right.
you might have to break some barriers.
Sure.
And I
Or
think,
collaborate with like, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Or you
Collaborate with like sound healers.
Mm-hmm.
or you do a bunch of videos where people are in it and now they're seeing it and they're like, oh, this is a thing.
This is a thing.
Well, it's kind of like that, like Boise acupuncture, have you been to the
Uh-uh.
collective? It's called BAC, BAC.
Oh, it's group acupuncture,
It's
right?
group acupuncture. They have a bunch of recliners and zero gravity chairs and they come around and do group acupuncture. Well, it didn't start, it didn't start like that, it didn't start where there was a full room and they just kept doing it. It's basically a group. Have you ever been there?
No.
Anyway, I've been there a couple times and, but that's the same kind of idea, like consistency, like this is when it is and this is where it is or whatever, or the idea of it. And I think that's something that would be really easy to do with this group. Because you've got enough curiosity that is like, I'm one that would probably rather do it in a group with people I already have community with
Right.
than have you come to my house and do it.
And that's
know?
what I found is that if I'm gonna get a group, it's gonna be a group of people that approach me. It's not gonna be a group I created, which
But-
is fine.
Right,
Yeah,
but
totally.
from that group, then that group becomes your ambassadors to say,
Mhm.
you can get a group together, right?
Mhm.
So that's how you could do that with us, with this group. To where then, because I don't need what your clients need as much, like you said, you don't need that. I don't really need to have a nurse come to make me feel a certain way in my home, but I probably need an IV of, you know what I'm saying? So, and I would rather hang out with my friends and we all have an IV hanging out, we're laughing and joking or
Forget
listening.
the
Or listening
pedicure.
to the, I would rather, or listening to a great sound bath, which is a great idea, or, something else, that along with it, that is, that you can still provide to a group, but your clients want you just one-on-one.
And that's
But
what I've kind of realized that I need to focus on is the group IVs. I'm not gonna crack that nut, right? So I am focused on, so my ideal client is couples. Yeah, couples. That's gonna be my group aspect,
I think you could crack that, the other one if you wanted to, especially now that you've joined.
I will respectfully
Disagree with her?
disagree.
I think you could crack it really easy with this group.
Couples is what I consider group now.
Have X amount of spots and they
Mhm.
sell out and yeah, but it's consistent. I can tell you that coffee and collaboration is one of the most favorite things that we do. And our second one that we officially did, it was myself, Kim, and Matthew Crowfoot. Right? Remember that?
I do remember that.
I mean,
And we started with one, and yeah, 3 people. So I think if you still have the, obviously, if you've already let that ship sail and you don't want to do it, that's totally your business, but
It's funny because a lot of people have ideas about, things, but it never really pans out. Like, because it's not a cheap service, it's, people spend between $200 and $250 at least. That's like the basement, I don't usually have visits where people spend less than $200. And so it's something that people carefully consider.
sure.
Yeah,
So
and don't do it on the fly. So people are like, oh, set up a booth at here, or set up a
Yeah.
booth at this event.
And that's your discounted price. If you did a GOL one, what would it be per person?
Yeah, if it was multiple people, yeah, it's easy to discount.
And how much would,
$175.
okay,
Mhm.
$175 for this. I
Mhm.
mean, I think
Each
that's
person.
totally doable.
Mhm.
I mean, there's some people that are gonna say no, but
Yeah,
I
I'll
think-
integrate into
yeah.
the group a little bit more and I like people to
Yeah,
get to know me.
I think, and I think
That's
that's,
also how
they
you're
will.
gonna leverage your time, because now once you get service and going, like I'm even thinking about Rise, right? So they've got their chairs and like it's in their front lobby where
Mhm.
people, like for me,
Mhm.
I was like,
What's
oh,
this?
The
Rise.
wellness place, they do IVs.
Yeah, and they've got recliners and it's literally in the waiting room, like, people are getting IVs. Do they?
There's
Well, I was
hardly
thinking
ever
there was
more
like a
than
couple people.
2 people.
I would like more privacy like Dr. Eve and
Yeah.
Linda do at Eagle Regenerative. They kind of have a back room, so
Yeah.
a bit more private.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating because I was like, well, obviously once people get used to this,
Mhm.
it won't be like a
A
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm
Mhm.
actually grateful for people that are breaking down those barriers of
Yeah.
what healthcare could be
Mhm.
versus sterile hospital. You know what I mean?
It was
Bring
funny,
it
the
back
people
to
who
culture.
came to my group IV thing, they were people who were coming because they cared about me and they wanted to support me. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a discount IV, I'm gonna go, great. No, it was like my regulars who like were coming to support me. I'm like, wow, the discount is drawing nobody.
Yeah.
Like, it was very eye-opening.
How long did you do it?
6 weeks, every Saturday.
Maybe once a month. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, just ideas.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
get it
gonna,
though, I get it when you.
Oh,
when you
shoot,
try
I better
something
check out.
else.
I'm gonna stop the recording. Everybody that's on here, thank you for watching. Hit a little fast forward when you need to.
And,
Mhm.
yeah, go ahead and shut that off, but you got the glasses, huh?
Yeah.
Are you testing them
I,
or?
no,